Hello everybody and welcome once again to another video from Cryptronic FX. Okay, so I hope that you're all feeling great today. And what I'm going to be covering in this video is a very unpopular topic. Why is it unpopular? Because for most people, especially if they're invested in the crypto market, well, only if you're invested in the crypto market, it's going to be a thought of pain really. Nobody likes losing money. Nobody likes watching their money just lose value day by day, right? So, what chart are we on? We're on Bitcoin, right? And me and a bunch of very good traders that I know are all betting on Bitcoin going down to 12k. And I think it's the most probable outcome. It is the most probable outcome. And why are people thinking this, right? So let's just cover this topic. Who's involved in these markets, right? Who actually can move price? Well, we know this. It's the banks. Me and you can't move price like the banks do. Like it wouldn't move the market. It doesn't matter if you got 1 million, it would not move the market. There's so much money involved in these markets. It's unreal. And what happens when there's a lot of money put into these markets, right? Well, we create imbalance areas like these where there's no wicks. People call it unhealthy price action or imbalance. Like price needs to come back to fill this area to rebalance the market. But basically, it's pretty much that the banks have put in a lot of money and they need to mitigate their orders, right? I'll go over that in a bit more detail. So let's just identify the areas of imbalance. I'm going to change it to I'll change it to this actually. Right. It's not a point of interest, by the way. What's going on in the mouse? It's not a point of interest, by the way. It's the only other box that I might not use, right? So, and you can clearly see that there's one here, an area of imbalance. I'm going to draw it out for the sake of it. So, imbalance is an area where the wicks don't meet, right? And it means, what does it mean? It means that there was a lot of money pumped in to the markets by the BFIs, the banks and financial institutions, right? So what happens when they do this? They have to bring price back down to these areas at some point. They have to, because otherwise they're just killing themselves with their own money. Like they wouldn't do that. The banks aren't stupid. They're not going to make themselves lose. They know what they're doing, right? So we know that the last point of imbalance is down here. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete these. And what do? Right? They sell to buy. I've made a video on this before. So if you haven't watched that, be sure to go and check it out. But what do the banks do, right? They sell to buy. So they sold to buy. And then because right here they sold, they were in, well, let's just refine it to this candle here. So when they sold, they were in sell positions, but then they bought. So they were negative here when price was going up. So what do? They have to bring price back down to mitigate, to close those sell orders, and then to go ahead and buy again. So that's just how the market works, right? So if there's a sell order here, and then you get all this imbalance here, it makes logical sense that price is going to come back to this area. But people don't know this. And to be honest, I don't know why, like, obviously I know how like the markets work in my eyes. Well, it's actually how they work, like, but I don't know how other people view the market, so I don't know why they think that price wouldn't come down to here. All I'm guessing is that it's just too painful of an idea because they're probably invested into the market, right? But this is a great thing for us being aware. Why? Because we can position ourselves in these levels and think about the return, like the return of interest on getting in at such a discounted price. Like, let me just bring up the Fibonacci tool, right? So up here, really, if you're getting in anywhere below the 50%, it is discount. You're getting a good deal, right? So if you were to dollar cost average, meaning like you just put money into the market and hold, then yeah, sure, like you're gonna lose out on a bit of money because price is still gonna drop like a fair bit from the 50%. Still gonna drop like 30, 40 more percent. But it just makes sense to get in at a discounted price. Like a lot of people are buying up here. Like when I bet loads of people when it broke all-time highs, yeah, I bet every man and their dog were buying Bitcoin. I remember everyone saying 100k, everybody, but it's simply not the case. It was just the inducement. It was just the banks making this all-time high so that everyone would buy. Right, so yeah, so price is probable to come down to 12k, maybe even 10k. Like, and it could even go lower. Like, let's be honest, this is the protected low here, protected low, and it made a high. So it could come down to like 5k. You never know what could happen. But I think 12k is the most probable area. And as well, if it goes down lower and lower, people that are invested, there's going to be more fear. The lower it goes, the more fear there is in the market. So people aren't going to be willing to get into the market. So the banks have fulfilled their desire of getting everybody out of the market so they can position themselves in the market and then make the profit. And same goes for Ethereum. The same concept applies. That's why I have this zone marked out. That's why I put in the chat anybody for $400 Ethereum. Because there's imbalance here. There was so much money put into the market here. And this was the last sell that the bank's done, the last sell to buy. So it just makes logical sense. It might not come all the way to this level, but for sure it's coming down. It's coming down. And even if it goes ahead and makes another all-time high, this level still needs to be met. Like at some point in the future, it will be met. It just seems more probable that it will happen within the next however long, like within this year. So yeah, that's just a short video covering why I think that, well, why this is personally my most probable zone, and the same for Ethereum. And just a little explanation to why I think that is, and just from basically a logical standpoint. So yeah, if you've got any questions, be sure to let us know, and enjoy trading, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.